Story for people wondering, no, Squid Game is not a true story or anything like that, but there was a harsh and brutal place in South Korea in the 80s disguised as a welfare facility for the homeless and people with severe disabilities. It's called Brothers Home, and basically a lot of homeless people wanted to be there due to being homeless, but many were abducted and sent there. Most of the people who were abducted and sent to this place weren't even homeless. Tons of children were taken there as well. They would shave their heads and force them to wear a blue tracksuit, and they would get forced into cruel, unpaid labor, and they'd face horrible consequences if they did not meet the guards' expectations. Basically, they'd get beaten up with clubs and severely abused. Some young boys were even SA'd by the guards. The man in charge of the place was said to have personally murdered 40 to 50 people there, but at least 513 have been confirmed dead. Most of these deaths were due to malnutrition, but lots of them were from getting beaten to death by the guards. These guards did not care at all. If they were out hiking to a place where they could do more labor and someone sat down to take a break, the guards would whack them in the head with their wooden clubs. A survivor actually told a story that a guard killed a man this way. An adult who just wanted to rest for a moment, killed in 1 second over nothing. And by the way, the walls and stairs were not pink and green. Those pics online are AI generated, and the guards did not wear masks or red suits, just regular uniforms. The people in Brothers Home were actually referred to by numbers instead of their names. I didn't know until recently that they actually did play games at the Brothers Home. The games were not like Squid Game though. People were forced to stay in the same harsh position for a long time, basically an hour or so. And if you sat down to take a break, the guards would beat you with their clubs, sometimes to death. One of the games were a particularly cruel one where a guard would stand in front of someone and yell, "Left indicator" or "Right indicator," and they would whack the person's left or right eye with the club. And for anyone wondering why people would do this and who, basically this welfare facility was state-run, so the government knew about it. It was set up to be a sense of hope for the homeless and anyone deemed undesirable by society. So lots of children and people with disabilities and of course the homeless. They did it to basically clean the streets of the trash, to put it harshly. The Olympics were upcoming and South Korea's streets were filled with homeless people and disabled people, so they basically wanted to remove them and give them a place to stay and a place to work and earn money, while they also basically did the whole cleaning the streets of trash to make the country look good for the Olympics thing. So it has similarities: the blue tracksuits, numbers instead of names, tons of deaths, in fact more deaths than in Squid Game, per game I mean, and the cruel guards who would also sell body parts and entire bodies on the black market.